Hello, my name's Nat. Let's see what's making news. First up to Canberra, where the government has decided to include YouTube in its social media ban for kids under 16. It's got a lot of people talking, so here's Jen to explain.
This is the announcement a lot of people have been expecting.
Young people under the age of 16 will not be able to have accounts on YouTube.
That means you can't like or comment on videos or subscribe to creators, but you will still be able to have a YouTube Kids account. Do you use YouTube?
Yes. I use it every day, but maybe 2 hours a day. Quite long, like 1 hour plus.
It's all part of the government's social media ban, which is set to come in this December. YouTube will join other apps like Instagram, Snapchat and TikTok that will have to ban anyone under 16 from making an account. The decision is a bit of a backflip. You see, YouTube wasn't initially part of the ban, but some people argued it was the platform kids were using most, while also having the biggest impact on young people's mental health.
4 out of 10 Australian kids report that their most recent harm was on YouTube.
Do you see sort of scary stuff on YouTube, something that makes you a bit uncomfortable?
Yeah, a lot. A lot of them have like swear words in their title, and a lot of them are like for grown-ups. I don't really want to see it. It's kind of scary.
Earlier this week, Google, the parent company of YouTube, said it would take legal action if it was included in the ban, saying they're not social media and more an educational resource.
So what do you guys think?
I quite like the idea. It's a good idea, but I feel like some kids still might go onto YouTube.
YouTube Kids would be the better option. Most of the stuff I watch is cartoon anyways.
This year's NAPLAN results are out for students across Australia. Despite having the highest number of students participating since 2017, the results show 1/3 of them aren't hitting benchmarks in literacy and numeracy, with the problem worsening for students in disadvantaged groups and remote areas.
This is a code red for your students' achievement in school.
But some academics are still questioning how important NAPLAN actually is, and even reckon teacher shortages could be playing into the decline. Australia's national food regulator wants to update labelling rules for genetically modified food. But what does that even mean? Here's Justina.
Purple tomatoes, made purple on purpose. Or Arctic apples, made not to go brown when you cut them. These are just some examples of genetic modification. Or GM for short.
Right now in Australia, GM food is basically defined as food that's had its DNA altered in any way using gene editing. That includes everything from switching off a gene in corn so it grows better, to adding novel DNA, which is DNA from another species, into a tomato so it looks different. But FSANZ, that's Food Standards for Australia and New Zealand, wants to update the definition.
The biggest change is that we will be focusing on whether that novel DNA has been introduced to another plant or animal. So if a food contains novel DNA or protein, it will need to be labelled.
So under the new rules, foods like the purple tomato will need a GM label, but foods that are gene edited without novel DNA won't. And that has some people worried.
There's a lot of people who don't want to eat food that's been gene edited and they won't be able to tell anymore. And so organic farmers won't be able to tell if seed they're buying or food they're buying for their animals has been genetically edited.
But it's not over yet. Food ministers have until August 3rd to decide if they agree.
Now it's time for a part of the show I like to call Get a Move On.
Whilst also acknowledging patience is a virtue.
Is he from legal? First up to a history-making rocket launch in the town of Bowen in Queensland.
It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going.
Unfortunately, Gilmore Space's Eris rocket only managed to get itself off the ground for about 14 seconds before plummeting back down to Earth.
It's gone. Oh, no. It didn't go.
Whilst not the result they were hoping for, the launch is still historic, being the first Aussie-made rocket to take off on Aussie soil. But better luck next time. And finally, to Goldie the crocodile, who was found on a Gold Coast street earlier this year.
Look at this thing.
Believed to be an escaped pet, which was illegally taken from the wild, Goldie has now found a new home at Rockhampton Zoo.
He's doing fine now that he's here, and he's eating well and doing all the things that a crocodile should do.
Well, that's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow.
Whilst also acknowledging that you...
Goodbye.